Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, Viziepop made a very huge announcement that her Helluva Boss show is now coming to Amazon Prime. And with that news, Prime Video will be helping her fund more seasons of Helluva Boss. And to make it more better, Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss could actually get the crossover us Helluva Boss fans really wanted, which is amazing. And everybody's liking it, right? Right? Well, not everyone. Since something this big is happening, it's obviously going to go on a lot of controversy, mostly from people who just straight up don't like Hazbin Hotel or Helluva Boss. Now, I just want to say things here and just get something just clear. If you're a person who doesn't like Hazbin Hotel or Helluva Boss, I'm not mad at you. It makes sense. It is a show that is not made for everyone. It is not made for everyone. So if you guys don't like the show, that's fine. But I don't know why do you constantly like to attack Viziepop for no freaking reason for existing. It's like every time Viziepop succeeds in her life, you constantly like to send like a hate message to her saying that she's ruining animation for simply making a show that did well. So I don't know why do some of you Hazbin Hotel haters like to do this for some reason. I'm not saying not all of you do this, but I don't know why. And particular, this YouTuber I found called Beansy Times recently made a video about this new update about the partnership Vizi and Prime did, and looking from his page, he really doesn't like the show, like Hazbin Hotel Helluva Boss at all, mostly Helluva Boss. So I'm just gonna watch this video and just gonna see what he says. Now, I just want to say this video is 6 minutes long, but I'm not going to go through everything he says. I'm also going to go through this thing he said that is just blatantly wrong, and he definitely didn't do any research on it. And I just want to bet you now he didn't even watch the video. So yeah, here we go.
Holy Christ, Vizi just sold Helluva Boss to Amazon Prime. Quickly, everyone, get the confetti cannons and aim them all directly at Viziepop's balls. What backwards logic world are we living in where the creators of Invincible get 2.5 cents worth of budget with which to animate this, but Vizi gets another 4 billion euros deposited directly into her bank account with strict orders to use maybe 3% of it in order to summon season 3 of the Fursuit show. Stop giving her money, she's not doing anything with it.
Alright, already on a great start. So he claims Viziepop sold Helluva Boss to Amazon Prime. That is clearly not true. Amazon Prime and Viziepop are teaming up, and Amazon Prime is giving Viziepop the money to fund more Helluva Boss episodes to make the remaining seasons. They literally kind of said it in the video where she announced it. Second of all, he says that Invincible uses 2 cents of the animation budget. He was probably just joking there, but just want to tell you all. But with a quick Google search, apparently Invincible uses $500 million to make the show, and instead of using that money to, get more animators, to make the show better, they instead use that money to get A-list celebrities. Also, third of all, he practically says, stop giving Viziepop money, she's not using it. She is using the money to make more Helluva Boss shows. Like, it's kind of obvious, so you're just making shit up now.
Her straight binning her original team was way more than bad enough, but then she immediately turned around and sold her soul directly to Corporate Greed 101. You know, the worst company. This, as far as I can tell, resulted in the replacement of any remaining members of her indie development team, because they weren't good enough apparently.
She did not replace the team from Spindlehorse. I think they're all still there. I think they're still there animating more Helluva Boss stuff. So yet again, you're making stuff up. And also, she didn't sell Spindlehorse, or she didn't sell Helluva Boss to Amazon. They're partnering up to make more Helluva Boss so it can be a bit more quicker. So it's not corporate greed. You're just making shit up now, like every Viziepop hater loves to do.
The franchise ran over to Helluva Boss, hoping the second season wouldn't be affected by the garbage writing disease that has clearly eaten all of Viziepop's brainstem. Regardless of the season being shite, at least it's still the people's shite. No corporation to be found here, no sir, it's still an indie show, technically. And even though literally everything in the show is now awful, at least we can know that it still, at the end of the day, belongs to the people, the fans. But now, no, we don't even get that anymore. What little soul potential this show had, albeit a sad husk of its former self, has now finally blown away. I'm sure there's a few hardcore fans of Vivzi's work who will absolutely see this as a super epic business decision as opposed to just straight corruption, which, no, but I see it as much darker.
Okay, so a lot of stuff was said, but I'm just gonna move towards he said at the end, because that one kind of confused me, I guess, but I kind of started to understand. Okay, so he says that the writing of the show is bad, which is debatable, but it's still a people show, funded by the people, made for the people. No companies, corporations behind it. But now it's owned by Prime Video. That means it's no longer a people show. It's now a corporation show. I can see his point, but yet again, I don't. Because, yes, Family Guy, South Park, The Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, American Dad, those shows are all owned by corporations. Yeah, they all have a corporation behind it, but they still can be watched by the people. What are you on about? They still are made for the people. Yes, they have a big corporation behind them, but they still can be made for the people. Viziepop made Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel for the people. Just because they're on Prime Video, they are still made by the people. Like, you're one of those people who gets so bitchy when an indie show's on fucking, a big corporation, and that's what's happening right now. Like, who the hell cares? This is big news. This is good news for Viziepop. It's showing that she's succeeding in life. But since you don't like Helluva Boss or Hazbin Hotel, every time Viziepop succeeds in life, you like to bitch and moan like this is worse. Like the worst thing in the world. Like, really? This is good news.
See, she didn't need these new VAs, the pilot made that incredibly clear, as did this song and everything these people have done, how dare you. So while I originally thought that she was using the names of these famous people to garner more attention, which don't get me wrong, she absolutely was, it turns out that this recasting was also to live out some sort of weird, super epic fantasy of hers, to have famous gamers voice her show. Essentially, it's to fulfill her weird, egotistical wet dreams, so I just see it as her spending some of her newfound money to purchase something that she wanted as opposed to something that might actually benefit the show, which again, no.
I still find it funny that we're living in the beautiful year of 2025 and people like Beansy Times hating Viziepop because she replaced the voice actors from the Hazbin Hotel pilot and replaced them with bigger celebrities. I like it how we're still whining about this. This is really old news and you're still whining like a baby of this. This is just practically old news now. Why are you still whining about it? Move on. Also, you're bringing up the Black Griffin song Thank You and Good Night with some of the pilot cast, in the song. And you're claiming that's good evidence of saying why Viziepop should have brought them back in the actual show. I'm just going to say this now. It's not good evidence. It's straight up not good evidence. And I'll tell you why. First of all, Jill Harris, the original voice actor of Charlie, and Edward Bosco, the original voice actor for Alistair, were not singing in the pilot. They were not singing. They were just voicing the characters. They had singing VAs for the pilot. So, for instance, Gabriel Brown did the singing VA for Alistair in the pilot, and Elsie Lovelock did the singing pilot of Charlie in the pilot, because maybe Jill Harris and Edward Bosco can't sing. Now you could bring up the evidence of, maybe Elsie Lovelock could have came back in the actual show because she is a voice actor. So is Michael Kovac. He was in the song, but you kind of did also already answer the question. You said, maybe because Viziepop wanted her show to actually have Broadway musicals. I think that's actual true. So you kind of shot yourself in the foot there, and that's actual true. And that doesn't make her an asshole for doing that. It's her dream to get actual Broadway musicals to voice her characters, or Broadway stars to voice her characters. Also, I just want to say, in the song, Vaggy's VA didn't even return in the song. So I guess Black Griffin is an asshole for not bringing her back, I guess, because you're saying Viziepop's an asshole for not doing that. So I guess Black Griffin is an asshole for, not bringing back Vaggy's original VA to be in the song. You also claim that Viziepop got these new voice actors to get some attention, like, oh, look at this person in this new show. I'm just gonna straight up say, I do not know any of these people, like, at all. These Broadway stars. I do not know them at all. The only people I know are Keith David, Stephanie Beatrix, Kimiko Glenn, and Alex Brightman. But the only reason I know Alex Brightman is not because of his Broadway shows, it's because he was in Helluva Boss. And Brandon Rogers is in it, but he was just in 2 episodes. And also, there are Broadway stars. They can sing. So instead of getting the original voice actors and getting them, singing replacements, let's just get some Broadway stars who can actually sing. Like, it's kind of clever when you think about it. But knowing you probably didn't do any research.
Selling the show to Amazon Prime absolutely solely for the money. Don't even get me started. Yes, the money would have gone towards the show, some of it, definitely not as much as you thought, but you're forgetting that the entire first season of Helluva Boss was made using goddamn crowdfunding, because holy shit, and was 1,000,000 times better than this mess in all the possible ways. Yes, I know it's not that simple, I'm being dramatic.
Yes, you are. You are being dramatic. Also, what evidence do you have that Viziepop is doing this just for the money? Please, show me a photo. Show me a text message. Show me an interview where she says she's doing this for the money. Because she's not doing this for the money. The reason why they collabed so Prime Video is helping her to fund the show so more episodes can come out more quicker. Oh my god, it is that simple to understand. Also, what really makes me laugh, that you literally said that Helluva Boss was a pretty good show in season 1 because it was crowdfunded, indie good, corporation bad. And I just want to say this now, Helluva Boss was on season 2 and it wasn't on Prime Video. Viziepop didn't sign a deal with Prime Video yet. But knowing your channel, you still like to say Helluva Boss, all of Helluva Boss season 2 was shit. So, and I just want to say this now, just because a cartoon is owned by a corporation doesn't make it bad. But you like to say that Hazbin Hotel was a bad show because it was owned by a corporation. Bob's Burgers is owned by a corporation and it's still a good show. Rick and Morty has a corporation behind it. It's still a good show. Hell, it's still a good show now with the new season that came out. Actually, Invincible is owned by Amazon Prime, the same company you kept on dissing in this video, and Invincible is still a good show.
It's officially not even hers anymore. It is now Amazon Prime.
You know what? I'm just gonna play this clip from the actual Viziepop channel.
Prime Video's teaming up with Spindlehorse, ooh, that is a good name, to support the making of Helluva Boss's remaining seasons. Now, I'm talking full fucking episodes, full seasons, the whole shebang. And, oh, the best part is, full creative control remains entirely with this bitch who, I guess she made everything here. She's in charge.
See? There you go. From the actual Viziepop account, her actual channel, she's basically saying, or Blitz, basically saying that Prime Video are partnering up with Spindlehorse, Viziepop's company, and they are helping her finish the remaining seasons of Helluva Boss, and she still has creative freedom. She is in charge. So Prime Video basically doesn't own Helluva Boss. When I say don't do research, this is the definition of somebody not doing research. Because I want to bet you now, he didn't even watch this video. Like, I bet you didn't even watch it. He just saw somebody probably on Twitter or Discord saying that Viziepop owns Prime Video, and he just quickly made a video about it. He didn't do any research at all in this entire video. That is just sad. Also, I just realized on his channel, he made a video about the Amazing Digital Circus. He did a ranking of the characters, and it kind of, he said he likes the show, and it's kind of weird he didn't make a video about how the Amazing Digital Circus is on Netflix. But I guess that's not an even worse company than Amazon Prime, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy this video. There were some stuff I was planning to cover on this video, like the comments section on this video, because they are really that bad, like very bad, because like Beansy Times they didn't do any research. But anyway, this is the end. If you guys want to watch the whole video of the original video I was covering, it's in the link in the description, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Once you've noticed what we've got on the inside, toys all sizes come to life. All the same as your device, you won't need to pray.